can no longer see. Just let my love throw a spark and have a little faith in me. And when the tears you cry, all you can believe, just give these loving arms a try. Have a little faith in me.
G'day everybody, this is Toyota Grassroots Rugby. Welcome along. This is where we bring you club footy from up and down the country, and we're doing a fair bit of up and downing today too, from North Otago in the South Island to Northland in the north, and a few places in between as well, stopping in Marlborough and in Wellington. But we're going to start with the Northland competition and Kaiwaka. This is a wee town, probably about, I don't know, halfway between Auckland and Whangarei. On State Highway 1, and a pretty good place for a stop if you're driving up the north. Somewhere like this, the Dutch cheese at the Kaiwaka cheese shop. Some pretty good cafes there as well. And round the corner, the Otamatea Rugby Club at the Domain in Kaiwaka. You can take a kid to footy, can't you? But you can't necessarily make them watch. But you can get them to put the tomato on the chips. Of course, Camo Golden Oldies, they turn up just about everywhere and have a run. This is Otamatea in the green. We'll be seeing a bit more of those when the seniors come on. Who are they playing?
They're playing Manaia. Otamatea is an amalgamation, 25 years old now, from Easton, which is Kaiwaka, and bring it to Roto, which is just down the road, 20 minutes. Otamatea. There's a river that divides those two clubs.
Lovely.
Lovely indeed.
Now tell me about your memories of when we joined up with Mangarato and became Otamatea. Do you remember whether you were for it at the time or you were against it? What were your thoughts there, Doug?
Oh, I think I'd have liked to have continued on as Easton, but the writing was on the wall. There'd been a downturn in the rural communities and there just wasn't a number of players around. And it was put through. I never voted against it, but I got fully in behind it and supported it once it happened. And once again, the boys all supported me. I travelled on the players' bus the whole time when they cleaned a highway up for the senior club trophy of the North. I actually travelled on that bus. I don't know what capacity I was supposed to be in. but it was a thoroughly enjoyable day, and I think most of Otamatea were up there to watch the game. It was a stinking wet day, and to make matters even better for me, my first cousin scored the one and only try and won the game. Mind you, he had a lot of help from his supporters.
Those early days were fantastic though, weren't they? We used to have busloads actually came on board and they used to follow that Otamatea team everywhere it went.
Oh, there was huge turnout, huge support for the team. Like in these small districts, if you don't play rugby, you don't do anything. That's the social life of the community. So I felt sorry for those that weren't able to play for some reason or other, but they could always come along and support, and a lot of them did.
Yeah, there, Doug, when you came up this morning and you saw the crowd here, did that bring back some memories for you?
Oh, very, very much so. It was good to see a great big crowd here to view the rugby. It's part of our fabric of life in this district. And yes, I'm very, very proud of our district. They've treated me extremely well. I don't really deserve all that, I don't think. But they've been a great bunch of people around here.
When we amalgamated, that was the ethos of our whole team. Never say die. And that's pretty much how we lived and played our rugby then. It was good.
All right, you went on from there, of course, and you were one of the most capped, or probably the most capped Northland player ever to come out of the Otamatea.
Yeah, I think I played, 97 games for Northland, and I played with some good coaches and some very good players.
You got any special memories of some of the big games, like against the Lions or any of those at the internationals?
I just think probably, like, I scored a try against the Lions, but that wasn't sort of one of the biggies or the highlights of the game. I think we used to play together very well. We looked after each other, and we played to win.
All right, now you're still caught up a little bit with the Otamatea club as such?
Yes, I sort of hang around. I coach school rugby. I've just started coaching school rugby again, at first 15 and that, which we're struggling to get the numbers for. And my nephews and that play here, so I come and watch. And it's good. Yeah, I like that.
It is good. It makes you pretty special too, Was. Like, we've got a lot of players actually play their rugby and then we don't see them back at, putting into the club system. So I think they've just honoured you with a life membership. Do you know anything about it?
I heard a rumour about it, and that's why I didn't come last night.
Well, I think they're keeping their fire, Was, and I think you're going to be made a fuss of tonight, mate, and like a life membership for you will be very special.
It certainly will be, yeah.
Was Phillips. Wow.
Ian Was Phillips, blindside flanker from Whangarata, Otamatea, Northern, and a true hard man of the game. Willie Phillips, also from this neck of the woods, hooker and number 8 for Northern, North Auckland.
Willie Phillips, I remember well, actually. So in the maroon is Hora Hora, but here in the green and white stripes, Otamatea, and that's a nice, kindly bounce. And this is looking good stuff for Toilawa. No one in front of him, and Yone Toilawa goes in for the opening try for the home side.
Dramatic start, exactly what the home side had needed, up against a very good Hora Hora side, who are always there or thereabouts in the northern competition. Conditions perfect too, aren't they? 10 here in Kaiwaka, lovely little ground, beautiful outlook, the Kaiwaka domain. We've got a good crowd in too for this home game, for the local side.
Hora Hora. Captain Nesbitt had it tucked under his wing for a while, and that's a lovely little pass, and it's let Jeff Heasley in for one of the easier tries that the open side flanker will ever score, and it's 5 apiece.
But bemused too, wasn't he? Went over so easy because it's so tight. Otamatea had a lot of numbers in around the ruck area, but once they got him behind the fringe defence, it all opened up. The seas parted. Did I really score that?
Perhaps he was wondering whether he hit the right line. Milne, the veteran halfback, lovely little outlet pass to Tahi Tua. That sets a target for the forwards to pour onto, and they do just that. Quick ball for the backs.
Been pretty good though, Otamatea this first half defensively. See how strong this Hora Hora side is, and they've denied them. Only gave them the 1 try so far. Pressure's mounting here.
Fawcetta looks out wide, finds the big number 8, Nesbitt. Fawcetta again, he's the playmaker. Bit of width lets Brad Day in space. Day's just got too much speed. Simple as that. And Hora Hora extend the lead. Geez, quick once he got loose.
Ball retention was outstanding there by Hora Hora. A lot of momentum built on the far side, the right-hand side from our cameras leading up to this game. Once all that was achieved, some beautiful hands and width. And Day was really out in his own on this left-hand flank. And you got wheels like that, and you got some space, you can use it. Otamatea, though, still very much in this game. They've conceded 2, they've scored 1. This first half action, I think they'll be pretty pleased with where they're at.
They'll be defending powerfully here. The kick and chase from Went. Ball gets the bounce. It's a Hora Hora bounce, and that's a try. It's a try being scored. I think that's Troy Woodman. Yes, it is. Woodman goes in for the try down the right-hand side, and that's exactly what the home side didn't want to give away a try this late in the half.
Yeah, they've been doing so damn well. They have. The Woodman, very famous name, as we know, in Northern. Fred Woodman, Cuffin and Woodman, both All Blacks, not from the Hora Hora club. And further up, Highway is their club, but still a famous name.
Middle of the line out goes Neville. That's good ball for Otamatea.
Can sense the crowd can feel something, can't you? You can hear the buzz around the ground.
They want something to go here as Utolka does the kick through, and he's chasing the speculator. He's going to score. He's going to score. Elisea Jitoko. Good try, and what a good time to be scoring just on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, real good commitment to the ball too, real desire to keep running, keep chasing. They had numbers, Otamatea, around the ball.
Might have been an argument for offside there, actually, Camo, to be quite honest, having a second look. However, the referee doesn't get the advantage of a second look. And they wouldn't mind the conversion again either. But that's, all in all, a pretty good result at half-time for Otamatea. They trail by just 2, 17 to 15. The big boys of Hora Hora are ahead.
Look, I know there's a good crowd in attendance. Hora Hora have driven the 40-odd minutes, 45 minutes down from Whangarei for this fixture. But Otamatea will be really stoked with their first 40-minute effort. Now it's about maintaining that intensity, maintaining that concentration, and maybe building on that last try that they scored in the first half.
They were blown off the ball there as the backs got themselves into all sorts of trouble. Johnny Ellison was badly isolated, didn't get enough help, and Hora Hora were over the ball. They've tapped quickly. Run coming in here from Tahi Tua. He's offloaded it to the little first 5 for Sita. He's had a very, very good day today, has Latit Fosita, and he's been rewarded with a try, and Hora Hora are looking pretty good in this second half.
Yeah, they conceded one at the last moments of the first half. They've scored straight away in the start of the second half, and that is so important. We talk a lot about those first 5 minutes pre and post the halftime break. Well, Hora Hora come out all guns a-blazing. It's 17-15. Halftime score, they might have been a bit nervous in their changing sheds. They're starting to exhausting that nervousness. Extend another great opportunity here.
Good scrum, Hora Hora now. Into the backs, this is what they like to do. Fullback up into Pooney, and he's put Woodman in the clear. Woodman had a little bit to do outside his man, and that's the second for Troy Woodman. He looks like a useful sort of a winger.
Set phase try, scrum on the far left-hand side. Some beautiful hands. Ball in 2 hand, everyone running out in front. No one having to check their pass. Then when Woodman gets the ball, he had to do a bit. Shape to go inside. He's a strong outside step to get around his man, and quite comfortably goes in to make the kick a little bit easier.
Captain Nesbitt feeds to the line out. Good quick ball off the top. And the runner is Milne. Backs now going to go.
Mate, it's just the speed and the fitness of the Whangarei club and Hora Hora just really starting to show.
Well, the wings between them have scored 3 tries so far. Big charging run by Stowers. That knocked a few people backwards. And somebody's over the line. Looks to me like it's the captain. Alan Nesbitt gets up, having scored the try, and boy, has there been a change in this game since half-time.
This is run here from Stowers. Look how fast and how deep he's running onto the ball, and with that momentum, he's gone 10, 15 metres. There's no one behind defensively Otamatea Nesbitt, and he's the third Nesbitt on the field for Hora Hora. He's the one that gets the try, the captain. That must nearly wrap things up.
Fosita from wide out. When it goes for you, it really goes for you, doesn't it? So with a magnificent second half, really, Hora Hora have put Otamatea away very easily indeed by 42 points to 15. They'll be happy with that. That's 2 wins they've got now from their 5 games. Have Hora Hora much better performance.
Not the storybook end that you were looking for on your 25th reunion?
Nah, certainly wasn't. Probably it was a bit of a reflection on the effort the boys put in at training on Tuesday and Thursday. The numbers weren't there, so you can't expect too much. The boys who were at training played well, so we just had to talk about coming to training, so hopefully it picks up from there.
Really disappointing second half with no points scored.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there'll be a few bit of pride hurt there, so we've just got to come back next week, and that's the beauty of rugby. You get another go next week.
It was a bit of a struggle at the start, but came right towards the end and got a few runs.
You'd have to be happy with keeping them scoreless in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. They tended to capitalise off our mistakes a bit, and I think we tied it up a bit. Less back chat to the ref. Sort of come away with a decent win.
I tell you what, they needed that win, did Hora Hora. Look at the 3 teams at the top there have skipped clear, really. Hora Hora with the 5 points.